Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of the Man once again, and today we are doing another Kaiju number 8 chapter review. Today we are going to be covering chapter 31. Can you guys believe that it's already been 30 chapters since we started? I think it's only been about like 6 months, but given the fact that every 3 weeks they have a break, it makes sense that we're kind of behind, I guess, in that sense, because we should be at around 50 chapters right now, if I remember correctly. But I can't believe that it's already been 30 chapters. Like, it feels like we just started the series and that the series hasn't really, gone that far. But it's been quite a while and we have gotten pretty far since we started. So that's pretty exciting. As always, we're going to have a recap, then a chapter discussion review thing, and then we're going to do the theory section because there's a lot of cool stuff that we can speculate about with this chapter. There's a lot of interesting things that we can talk about because the chapter ended in a very interesting cliffhanger. So before we get started, as always, you guys can watch the full series of reviews and Kaiju number 8 ramblings and related things, like a first look at the Japanese tankobon at the end of the video in the playlist that shows up in the title, in the end card, sorry. And you can always check out the previous chapter's review up here in the card. And yeah, please like, subscribe, and comment down below if you do enjoy this video. And I really do appreciate everyone that's watching. So let's just jump into it. The recap here is that last week, Hoshina and Kikuru were fighting this kaiju, and they were both using their unleashed combat potential or combat power, whatever the actual title of the thing is. And Kikuru got, overloaded or overheated midway, and Hoshina had to continue to fight without her. But then Mina had shown up, and she managed to hurt the kaiju. And by the end of it, we see that Mina manages to blow its head off. And we see its head falling, and that's basically it. Basically, Mina shows up on the battlefield, helps finish off the battle, and, we are set to start celebrating. However, last week I did say that there was probably going to be something else happening because it felt like it was too early, like it needed to finish with Kafka fighting this kaiju. And let's just jump in to see what happens, because I think that I was maybe not on the correct exact thing, but I was in the kind of ballpark there. So yeah, that's it for that. If you want to watch the full review, you guys can go watch it in the card, like I said, or go read it yourselves. You can read it on Manga Plus if you have an account there, or the Viz Shonen Jump app. You can read the latest 3 chapters and the first 3 chapters for free, or if you have a $2 subscription, you can read the whole thing. But yeah, let's just jump into the review section now. So, chapter 30 has 19 pages. I think it's actually less. It's like 18 because the first page and the last page are blank and the title page. But I'm not exactly sure. Sometimes the counting gets messed up, in my opinion, because of those blank pages. But yeah, this continues right after the end of the last chapter. The kaiju has been blown up. His head has fallen. He's left over, like, you see his shoulders and then a giant hole. And you see, like, his guts and stuff on the inside. But it's not like, it doesn't look like human body, so it's not really all that weird. It just kind of looks like this nebulous jelly of energy, which is very interesting. I'm not sure if that's a stylistic choice to evade the fact that it'd be super gory to see, like, the inside of an actual person, or if it's like, this is what kaiju actually look like. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's just interesting, and I am curious to see what the official reasoning for that weird nebulous jelly, like, lava lamp thing, stuff that you see is. But, overall, very interesting. And Okonogi, the nice girl with the giant glasses, announces victory. She is like, okay, the kaiju has fallen. Thank God, good stuff. And Kafka gets all emotional. We see him kind of having tears in his eyes and realizing that, like, yeah, Mina is a badass. And, the dream that he had of being an officer is what he still wants, and that he was right to want it because it's an amazing thing. And what's it called? We basically get him reaffirming his own dream to himself. Like, yeah, this is what I wanted. This is the feeling that I want to experience. I want to be part of what these people are. I want to be an officer, and I want to be a good member of the JDF, which is really, really nice. I really always enjoy those moments where we get the characters, you know, reaffirming their dreams and making sure that their dreams are still what they want, because it's a thing that we all go through. You know, you have a dream, and then at one point you're like, damn, maybe I can't achieve it. Or maybe even before that, you go, maybe this isn't what I want. And it's always nice when you decide, you know what, never mind, this is what I want, and I want to continue doing this. It was a very nice feeling. Then we get a bit of comic relief with Reno. He's like, sir, I know you're making an ugly face. Stop it. And it was funny. I really did enjoy it. And again, we get them having a little bit of a conversation there that is another reaffirmation of Reno and Kafka's dreams, because Reno has the same dream as Kafka, maybe not to the same extent or in the exact same way, but both of them want to do good as JDF members. And I'm really happy with it. I really enjoy the kind of like sibling relationship that Reno and Kafka have. And I like how they are, you know, very different in age and outlook and stuff like that, but they still are able to connect and bond and have this kind of like connection due to their dreams. I really do enjoy it. And again, like I said, they have a reaffirmation of their dreams and their goals. And I really do think that it was really good, really well done. I really love how this author manages to combine and move and weave through comedy with all of this action and all these deep stuff. It's really, really well done. I don't know why. I like this mangaka has not been popular from what I know. They've only had 2 other series besides this one, and all of them were rather short. Maybe they just hadn't found their stride yet, and they have hit it with this, with Kaiju number 8, and I'm very, very happy that they have, because this story is wonderful. I'm really loving it. Next, Mina tells Hoshina and Kikoru to rest, because Hoshina is telling Kikoru that she has to go, you know, take it easy. He and Mina are gonna take care of the rest of the kaiju, and then Mina goes and bonks him on the head. She's like, no, you have to rest too. And they have these really funny, cute expressions on their face, which I really like. And Hoshina is about to say something, but he is interrupted. There's this giant ball of like energy and flesh coming down from the sky. Oh man, that sounded like one of those guys from Ancient Aliens. Holy shit. That's funny. And it's like a Joju bomb, essentially, which is like a Biju bomb from Naruto. And yeah, there's a flashback to a very specific panel from the last chapter that I really didn't even pay attention to, which is when the dragon Kaiju number 10, whatever his name is, screams at the sky. And apparently this was a screech that was not a death rattle. It was not him yelling out his death. It was him calling out for the attack, basically, which is pretty badass, not gonna lie. And then Mina signals the retreat, and she requires a supply drop. She needs a new magazine to be dropped to her so that she can use it with her suit, right? Because she has a gun, and she has she only carries 1 magazine of her gun with her at any given moment, which is really odd. Like, why would you only carry 1? I mean, it's only like 4 bullets. It's not a very big magazine. You could just carry more, right? But I'm not really sure what the heck's going on with that. So I guess that the magazine thing from last chapter was not a typo. It was like literally she has 1 magazine and it's a small amount of shots. And I guess it would be about 3 to 4 shots, because that's how many shots she's shot in the last 2 chapters, I think. So cool. We get a lot of implicit information here, which is really nice. But yeah, she signals the retreat and then requires a supply drop, but they aren't going to make it, right? Because the bomb is falling too fast and everyone is too slow to mobilize, and there's going to be quite a lot of issues. This whole battle and the defeat of the Dragon Kaiju was a false victory. They're still going to die. It was all a big ploy to basically kill everyone. And yeah, number 10 is still alive, apparently. Like, his head is just chilling on the ground, and he's just there, and he's like, hey, you know, whatever. I think he doesn't call Hoshina anything. He just goes like, hey. And then he has this like weird look on his face, and he's like, man, I guess it's a draw. This battle is a draw, which, you know, is like, yeah, because they killed him, well, killed, and the bomb is going to drop on them and they're going to die too, right? So it's a lose-lose situation, but at least it wasn't a complete loss, right? It was like a draw, which is whack, man. That Dragon Kaiju is crazy. Like, what the heck? And yeah, suddenly Kafka's running. He's going crazy. He's got all of these little dashes across his face and across his body that's really telling you that he's going super crazy fast. And yeah, everyone is surprised. You know, we see Kikoru, Hoshina, and Mina look at him like, what the hell? Why is he running? And Hoshina tries to warn him, like, hey man, you're not going to be able to do anything. Get away. You know, try to save yourself, kind of. And realizes that Kafka is moving too fast. Like, there's no way that a person with only 1% combat potential can move that fast. So Hoshina's like figuring something out as we see Kafka running, and it's so good. I really did enjoy it so much. And yeah, Kafka apologized. He's like, sorry sir, sorry Mr. Hoshina. And he transforms, and he does this thing where he's like standing with his arms spread wide and his legs spread wide in like a horse position, I guess, or horse riding. Like, you know those stances for Taekwondo where like you're basically squatting with your arms to the side? That, but with like his arms to up here. There's this like ball of energy behind him. And he transformed, and man, everyone is surprised as hell. We see another shot of Mina, Hoshina, and Kikoru where they're all surprised. Of course, Kikoru already knew, so she's surprised that he did it, you know, in front of Mina and Hoshina. And Mina and Hoshina are like, oh, what the hell is going on? And man, it's so good. And it got even better when Okonogi was like, there's a huge kaiju presence. What the heck? And then she's like, the fortitude is 9.8. It's kaiju number 8 that has come back. And holy crap, man. That's where the chapter ended. We had a cool, awesome pose of Kafka basically doing like a Super Saiyan pose where he's yelling at the sky with like energy around him. And man, it was so good, man. It's so hyped. I love this series so much. Man, it's so enjoyable. Like, really, seriously. I don't know why this isn't as popular as it should be, because it's so great. Like, sure, it's not super violent and it's not super gory like, say, something like Chainsaw Man, but it has all of the great shonen elements plus enough of a twist to each of them and a lot of hype to it that really makes it like seem awesome. Like, the moment this gets an anime, as long as people aren't like being stupid about anime discourse again by like complaining about dumb things, I'm going to be very happy, because this series is going to go super hard. People are going to really enjoy it, and people are going to pick up the manga, and it's going to get the popularity that it justly deserves, because this manga is off the charts. It's so great. I love it so much. I cannot put into words how much I enjoy this. But yeah, that's where the chapter ended. Now let's talk theories. What the hell is going to happen with Kafka? Because I've been saying for weeks that it's too early, and I still think that it's too early for Kafka to reveal himself. And it doesn't matter, because he already did. So what is going to happen? There's 3 different reactions that we care about. We care about Kafka's reaction. Well, 4 different reactions. We care about Kafka's, we care about Mina's, we care about Hoshina's, and we care about Kikoru's. Now, Kikoru already knows. So what she's going to probably do is side with Kafka, because Kafka is obviously going to save them. And since he already saved her once, she is clearly on his side. But Mina and Hoshina are the tough ones, because last chapter they had a very serious moment where they were like, we're going to kill all the kaijus. Like, our job is to destroy kaijus. But now Mina's old childhood friend is a kaiju. So what's going on? I think Mina is going to have like a kind of like Bakugo reaction to like the same way that Bakugo went crazy when Izuku Midoriya had a quirk, like at the beginning of the quirk apprehension test. I think that she's going to feel betrayed, because like, what the hell, Kafka? How the hell are you a kaiju? Were you always a kaiju? What the fuck, dude? And she's going to like probably hate him for a little bit. And I think that this is where we start to develop the character growth between all the characters. Like, there's a lot of character development that has happened, but I think that this is where we get the really, really good stuff, because Mina and Kafka are going to be at direct odds. There are two people that knew each other as children, that made a promise, that broke the promise, because Kafka can never make it into the JDF, and then Mina had to go her own way, and that's why she is the way she is now. And now suddenly Kafka has this evil superpower, basically, this power that makes him into one of Mina's enemies. So what the hell is going to happen? I think that they're going to fight. I think that they're going to have a very strong issue, and that they're going to have, you know, a whole arc where it's just them trying to find each other again. And I think it's going to be wonderful. I'm curious if it's going to turn into a romance, because I definitely think that it would have been a romance. Like, the setup is just too cute, too good to not be romantic. But it's going to be tough. And the other opinion, Hoshina. Hoshina is going to be tough as well, because Hoshina appreciates Kafka, and he is sure that Kafka is a good man and stuff like that, right? But he also knew that something was wrong with Kafka. He knew from the very beginning, from chapter 6 or something, that Kafka had something going on with him. Something was fishy, right? And now that he's fought Kafka as Kaiju number 8, he has a little bit of hate for him. So now that it's revealed that Kafka is Kaiju number 8, Hoshina is probably going to be quite angry as well. But I think that out of Hoshina and Mina, Hoshina is likely to let go of the issue faster than Mina, because Hoshina doesn't have this, like, entangled past with Kafka. To him, Hoshina is basically going to be like, hey, if I was a useless person to the JDF, and this guy's a useless person to the JDF, I can see myself in him, and he has skills and abilities that are, you know, essential to us. We should allow him to continue to be here. Mina is going to be super upset and super, betrayed. So she's going to probably want to get rid of Kafka as much as possible. And I think that Mina and Hoshina are going to have issues with this as well. And I'm just very interested to see how the whole dynamic works, because there's so many things here that are, you know, messed up. Like, Hoshina and Mina are blood or siblings in arms or whatever, like brothers in arms, sisters in arms, whatever the proper gender neutral term is. And they've been through stuff that really makes them close and connected. Mina and Kafka did this too. And Kafka and Kikuru have something similar because he has saved her life. But Kafka and Hoshina have nothing going for them. But I think that Hoshina is going to appreciate Kafka enough as an individual and as someone that was also not fit for the JDF, like Hoshina was, with the fact that he was a swords master when they needed gun people, or gun users, I guess, to see the value in having Kafka there. But it's going to mess everything up, and it's going to go crazy because Kaiju number 9 is also humanoid. So what the hell? Where are all these Kaiju coming from? Is anyone safe? Is anyone possibly a Kaiju now? There's so many good stuff, so many good things that can happen, that can be explored because of this revelation. And I'm just so excited to see where it goes. It's going to be very messy, though, because there's a lot of different storylines that need to be, you know, adjusted for now that Kafka has revealed himself to the two most important people in the series so far. So very excited to see what happens. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. What do you guys think is going to happen with Mina and Hoshina and Kafka? Do you guys think that he's going to get destroyed? Do you guys think that they're going to kill him? What is going on? What do you guys think is going to happen? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And thank you guys once again. See you guys later.